What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're just out in River Falls. We're gonna go mountain biking. I've got the BBSHD mountain bike, and we've got it on the FLIPSKY 75100 Pro V2 controller. Use code EBB for $10 off at flipsky.net. So we're gonna go mountain biking. We've got the VESC controller, we got the VESC app going, we've got the cycle analyst display. Also, we're on our 21S battery, Big Daddy Samsung. It's at 86.5 volts. I went 8.36 miles to get here. 3.33 amp hours consumed so far. So I've got Big Daddy Samsung in my backpack. We've got this janky phone mount that was moving around all over the place on the way over here. Let's see if that thing's gonna hold on there. We've got to throw some garbage away first. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to test the BBSHD bike with VESC 6.05 yet. Feels a little bit different. Feels a little bit different. Like I'm gonna have to adjust my script or something. Got my winter jacket on. It's like 40 something degrees out. So it seems like VESC 6.05 is a little bit different. Oh man, it is so cold. I saw in the VESC 6.05 change log, they said something about like attempt at limiting current when using MTBA and field weakening, and so I think that might affect the BBSHD bike a little bit. I don't know yet. Haven't had a whole lot of chance to test the BBSHD with VESC 6.05 yet because it's so cold out, and this isn't really like a winter bike, so I don't know. Like this, I wanted to get this bike out today because it's at least sunny. So what I did here is like my motor settings right now. Let's see here. So my motor settings right now, I basically just like did the motor setup, and I didn't really like change a lot. And I noticed that the motor setup results in VESC 6.05 were a little bit different. Like in the FOC general, it seems like it came up with a different motor flux linkage or something. So I haven't changed any of this stuff yet. So let's just go, let's see what happens here. So, alright, so we're going. Alright, so let's get on the trails. Let's see how this thing is behaving here. Hopefully the script is gonna work okay. So I turned field weakening off because we don't really need it on the trails. When I pop in the 21S battery, the BBSHD can go like 30 something miles an hour just with MTBA. So we're just gonna ride around a little bit. I haven't had this bike out here for a while. Oh my god, my foot fell off the pedal there. It's, oh! Let's see how the script is doing. It seems like my smooth start on the script, like when I upgraded it to
VESC 6.05, it wasn't quite as smooth or something, and then so something's squeaking. I don't know what that might be. Seems like my rear brake, maybe. Funny things start happening. Yeah, that is my rear brake. Funny things start happening when it gets cold out. Like everything starts creaking and making noises and stuff. Oh. Oh. We gotta fix my Velcro here. There's a certain way that you gotta do the backpack battery wires, or else it just gets in the way of everything. And it's like, so let's see here. Can we get this under control? This backpack battery wire. I've been using these little reusable Velcro straps a lot lately, and boy, do they come in handy. Alright, so screen, let's see here, this thing's already sliding around. My new Amazon.com $5 phone mount. Alright, let's keep going. What a day out here. I need to figure out how to fix my BBSHD script and get it working like a little bit smoother. Man, something feels really funny here, like my rear wheel. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do at this point is I think I'm gonna go into VESC and we're gonna switch it back to those other settings, because I never did that after I redid the motor setup. So what I usually do here, GoPro, are you going, buddy? Yeah. So I'm gonna set the motor resistance to 70 right. Gonna set the motor flux linkage to 17 right. Gonna do current KP 0.3 right. Alright, so then the other thing is, so field weakening is there. So then let's see here. So I do have MTPA on IQ target mode, and I'm using this Observer MXV, so that's kind of a new thing. Alright, so let's see what happens now. Let's see what kind of effects that has. When I was testing it in the stand and I used these settings that Stacy emailed me, it seemed like it reduced the top speed in some way, but I don't know. When you're testing the BBSHD with all this different FOC stuff and the field weakening and MTPA and all that, sometimes it'll seem like it's working good in the stand, but then you ride the bike and it's like, well, that's kind of weird. So it's like you always kind of have to be like riding the bike when you're testing this stuff, because it's just not the same in the stand. Like you can do the motor setup with the BBSHD, like if you have the chain off of the chain ring, and like everything will seem really smooth, and then you hook it up to the wheel and it's just like, holy, like what is going on? It's just it's tricky. Mid drives are definitely tricky. It's cool that we can kind of work as a community to figure out the BBSHD settings. I like that. I've been having a lot of fun on my hub motor bike lately with the Bafang. Oh, with the G62. Whoa, 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 whoa! I hit the rut and it knocked me off the track there. Been riding my G62 hub motor bike a lot lately. That thing is really smooth. Probably my favorite motor. Hub motors are, there's something about hub motors and how they directly spin the wheel that just has a certain smoothness to it. It's just kind of like magically turning the wheel. Whereas with the mid-drive, there's always kind of like the chain in the drivetrain and then that mechanical element to it as well. This grip is a little bit coggy. Oh, when it's at low speeds and it's freewheeling. I gotta try and fix that. Not exactly sure why that is. Little chipmunk. It's a cold day out for a little chipmunker. I have 2 pairs of socks on, and my toes are like slightly chilled. I also had an iced coffee before I came out here. That didn't help. Didn't help with the chill factor of today. We are out here getting around. My Big Daddy Samsung, we're at what, 84 volts? Still going. Oh. It's kind of like the trail gets refreshed when it rains out in some way. I don't know what exactly, but it feels refreshed somehow. Little puddle. Oh! Got a bit of a stick down here, buddy. Look at this thing. Look at this guy. Can I use my muscles to muscle this off of the trail? Oh, it's a heavy guy. It's a big old heavy boy. Come here, bike. Sit still for a second. Oh. Let's get some body weight into it. Oh, it's a big old piece of wood. Oh, trying to set it down over here a little bit. There we go. Oh, battery came out. Backpack battery. Let's get this back in there. Oh! Alright, we're jacked back in. Oh! Ooh! This, my backpack strap's so tight that it is hard to get it back on, buddy. This winter jacket on here. All right, let's jack back in here to the FLIPSKY. Man, my phone just goes dead so fast when it's cold out and I'm doing these screen recordings. Oh my goodness, that's nuts. My phone is at 24% because it's freezing. Man, we're gonna have to turn the screen brightness down like all the way. I'm not even gonna be able to see it, but we're doing it in the name of cool YouTube videos. How you doing, GoPro? Nice. I can always count on you, buddy. Oh, oh, oh. All right, here we go. Oh dear. Hey bud. Scared me. Wow. Thing is big. It's always a little scary when there's just a big creature beside you in the forest. Oh. The BBSHD is so torquey. MTPA is awesome. That's one big advantage of VESC, is you can turn on that MTPA. A little bit moist going around this corner. Okay. It's pretty crazy how it can rain out for like 2 days and then it all dries up pretty quick. It's been a while since I've been on here on this bike. I will say that the fat tires add a certain amount of cushion to the ride. It's a lot bumpier out here than these skinny tires. When it starts to get cold out, it's tough to take the initiative to like go out and ride your bike around. It's not even like full winter yet either. Some of my most memorable rides have definitely been winter rides. Like riding down by the river in the winter when the river is all frozen and stuff. I think those are probably some of my coolest rides that I've filmed. But man, when you're actually out there riding around and freezing, like, it's not fun. It's like, it's a lot different when you're riding around in like freezing temperatures. I think it's like 40 something today. I think I finally learned how to navigate those roots through trial and error and repeatedly running the gauntlet. I figured it out. I wonder if my carbonated drink is going to be okay there in my little drink holder. I don't really want to open it right now. I'll probably have explosive results. Alright guys, we're dropping into the 8th hanger. Just as a reminder, I've started the e-bike builder Discord channel where we can all talk about e-bikes. It's kind of a chat thing. So if you're interested in chatting with other e-bike builder people, check the link in the description and join the e-bike builder Discord. Come and hang out. Oh. I'm not a huge chatter myself. I just kind of check it like maybe once or twice a day and chime in on things. I'm usually doing things during the day, riding around, creating content. I try and create things and be productive as opposed to consuming content all day, but I also consume my fair share of content. I wonder how my phone battery's doing here. crazy how it just goes dead instantly when it's cold out. Oh, now it's saying low battery, and it's giving me the damn low battery warning. Oh my god, it's at 1%. Oh boy. How does that happen? That is so crazy. How fast it goes dead? Alright, well, my phone battery is at 1%, so I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to look at the psychoanalyst, guys. I don't know. I just wanted to get the bike out here and see how it was doing, because I haven't actually like rode it around much with VESC 6.05 yet. It's kind of like the front lines of e-bike experimentation when you're using the BBSHD with VESC. You're on the cutting edge, buddy. You've got something that not many people have. It can be kind of an unpredictable adventure, that's for sure. I've been riding my G62 hub motor around a lot lately on the fat bike, the Mongoose Dolomite. Oh. And that thing, it's pretty remarkable how torquey that thing is. I like how simple those hub motors are. I mean, most of the time, if something goes wrong with it, it's just like $5 nylon gears. The other thing that can happen with the hub motors is they just like, the longer you ride them, they just keep getting warmer and warmer. They can't really like dissipate a lot of heat. Even if you vent it, like I drilled holes in my hub motor to vent it and cool it down, and it does help. But if you're just running it non-stop, especially if it's like hot ambient temperature outside, those things generally just keep getting warmer. So probably the next things that happen is the magnets start coming off of the rotor, and you'll hear the grinding noises, like the scraping metal noises. And then shortly after the magnets come off, if you keep going, it'll probably, not always, but if your magnets are coming loose and then you keep going and it keeps getting hotter, like the copper windings themselves can get burnt up, and then the insulation on the windings melts and like they short out and things get all messed up, and then that can damage other things. Like it can damage your controller, and it can damage other things if your motor shorts out. And what's really ridiculous is that Bafang, by default, like they don't have temperature sensors in their hub motors, and it's like a $2. It's just like pennies to put a temperature sensor in the motor. But they are remarkable, those things. They can just keep going for the most part. You can kind of trick them out too, and like mod them and weld the clutch and do regen, or like put steel gears in it or whatever. So there's kind of like some fun things that you can do with them, but I still think that the only thing about those hub motors is they're made for fat tires. So it's usually like a heavier bike and you have fat tires. It's not quite as nimble as just a normal mountain bike. When you get the BBSHD on high voltage, it can be almost like a little like lightweight dirt bike or something. But what it's really good at is the low end torque. So it's more of like a trail riding thing. You can still ride it on the streets, but to me, hub motors always feel kind of smoother on the street. I don't know. It can work. I've rode this thing on the streets plenty. But there's just like a certain smoothness about hub motors, and then hub motors can do regen too, so I like that. All right, here we go. Man, it's crazy how fast my phone went dead, and it's just because of the temperature. Like, I had that thing charged. That's crazy. It's been kind of a weird fall. The squirrels and the chipmunks are all just kind of confused about what's happening. It was really warm. And it's kind of like getting into November, almost halfway through November, and it's still quite a bit warmer than usual. But I'm not complaining. The sun is really in my eyes. Alright, let's go down here and be careful of wetness and leaves. A little moist back there. I can kind of tell where it's moist because there's some people that have been out here earlier, and I can see the tire tracks. Try to avoid it. Oh, wow. A little bit wet moist right there. No big deal. The one good thing about the cold is the GoPro just keeps on chugging. 40 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal GoPro temperature. Looks like we sweep the leaves off of here. Not a bad idea. It was getting pretty leafy. Oh. Now we're going up to North Berm. Ooh, moist. Here's those roots I almost died from. Gotta assert my dominance over them. There we go. I didn't almost die from the roots, but I went flying over them like an angry bird and crashed. Where do all these rocks come from? It's like, oh, pedal strike. Every time I come out here, it's like there's a rock fairy that comes out here in the middle of the night and just sprinkles rocks all over the trail. Because there's just always all of these random rocks everywhere. In a unique, whoa. That was moist. Right there, buddy. Let's get up this. Oh, it's those steep sections where there's still a little bit of moistness left. We gotta be careful. Look at that down there, guys. There's the BBSHD and a big mud chunk that's on my tire. Let's keep going here. Oh, nice. GoPro still going? Excellent work. Man, I guess my phone needs like maybe it's just too cold for the phone to be on the handlebar mount. It needs some insulation from the coldness. Oh. So I don't know, it does seem like on VESC 6.05 things are slightly different, but I don't know. I was able to kind of jank it together before I went out the door, and it's working okay. I definitely changed my script a little bit. I gotta revisit that. Something is slightly different. In VESC 6.05 they did a whole bunch of improvements and changes to the scripting, the Lisp BM scripting. So, and it seemed a little bit buggy before when I was first writing my script with 6.02. Like that whole time I was kind of like wondering if I should upgrade because it seemed buggy. Let's turn off the freewheeling for right here, and then we'll just roll down this. Oh. Okay. We did a little of leaf sweeping over here too. Some good Samaritan. Sweep them all off the trails. Alright, we gotta be careful in these berms today, because they're kind of where the wetness is. I will say it's quite nice. It's somebody sweeped all the leaves off the trail, because that was getting a little bit questionable. Last couple times I was out here, I had to be really careful. I still think that, oh, what was that noise? I still think that my idea of the leaf sweeper e-bike, like maybe I should do that. Just put like a big broom, like hook like a big broom behind your e-bike, or it just kind of like drags behind you along the trail to sweep all the leaves off. That'd be some next level stuff. Next level trail tech. We're just making our way back towards where we started. I wonder how moist the mullet is. We'll probably have to go see. It's kind of the final attraction that we're going to experience here on the trails today. Going up the mullet. What are we at here? About 82 volts. GoPro, I hope you have enough sunlight left, buddy. Let's go up the mullet, see what's going on. It looks like the mullet got sweeter, but it's not, because I just put a new one in there. Alright, here we go. We're at 82.3 volts. Motor's at 26. See? We've gone 15 miles. 6.862 amp hours. We're just out here going up the mullet. Sun is going down. We gotta keep it moving here. Alright, nice. Man, the BBSHD torque is just crazy. I have hookworm tires on too. Oh, just straight up it, like you can just roll up a wall with the HD. It's not a matter of whether the BBSHD can climb it, it's a matter of whether you can hang on, buddy. Gotta be careful right there, because I know the wheel is just gonna slip like a bastard. Here we go. Oh, roots. Alright. Man, my tires got some stuff on them here. Let's see. You can't not hit the mullet. Like that's the best part. Here we go. Oh. I'm hoping we can get most of this stuff off my tires before we go on the mullet, down the wall ride. That's the best part. It's like a perfect mountain biking feature, this wall ride up here. Let's get the psychoanalyst straightened out here a little bit. All right, here we go. Going down the wall ride, down the mullet, best part. Full mount? Why don't you go up there, buddy? I'm probably gonna stop that script right here. Just kind of roll down this. Oh. I don't know what that noise was, but we made it. That was crazy. Man, that is a lot scarier on skinnier tires than fat tires. There's something about fat tires that just make them feel like safer. Less margin for error on skinny tires, but they do just feel zippy. Still scared of that. Wow, that thing's nuts. I see somebody just like slid off the trail like crazy right there. That's wild. I'm glad that wasn't me. I would never act in such an outlandish manner. The sun stayed up just long enough for us to finish up. Oh. So I'm gonna do that video soon on hooking the psychoanalyst to any e-bike controller. That's been kind of like a long one in the making. But I'm gonna do that soon. Ooh. Alright, well I was able to turn back the field weakening back on before my phone goes completely dead. Face cam went dead. I think that's it for the face cam. It served me well. Something definitely feels different with the field weakening in 605. That's something else. That warrants further investigation. I don't know about that. My phone's going dead, so I don't have a whole lot of ability to change the settings. Let's see here. I don't even know if the field weakening is like working right with the MTPA right now. Like, I'm hoping my phone. Alright, so let's go into motor config. We'll turn off the field weakening. We'll write that. Alright, so let's see how it's going now. We don't have any field weakening on. I've turned it off. Oh. We'll have to see how fast we'll get going with no field weakening. Oh! When you have it on high voltage, it's almost just like, it's just enough to like turn the MTPA on. And that makes it feel nice and zippy. And then I used to turn the field weakening on a little bit, and then you could increase the top speed. But I don't know. When I first did the motor setup, I noticed that it seemed like it was working better when I just turned on MTPA, and then I didn't have any field weakening on. Like, it seemed like the field weakening wasn't working with MTPA. But then I was testing it in the stand one night, and I started out with MTPA on, and it was going a certain speed, and then I turned on the field weakening, and like, it was going faster. But I don't know, like, I've had this thing happen in 6.05 where it's like sometimes when you have MTPA and field weakening on, it's like it doesn't seem like the field weakening is even like increasing the top speed at all. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it a little bit on the way back here if my phone doesn't die, but it's probably gonna die. Man, I'm just blown away by how fast that iPhone battery dies when it's cold out. That's nuts. It's like a new battery too. I opened up my iPhone and put a new battery in it. So it's like an old phone, but it had a new battery in it. What's really crazy is like the battery in iPhones is only like $40, but Apple would rather you buy a whole new iPhone, you know. And it's like a surgical procedure to take the battery out of an iPhone and put a new one in. It's ridiculous. We gotta jump right here. Oh. Well, it's been a good ride. Thanks for watching along. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment. And join the Discord. Join the Discord and chat with fellow e-bike builders.
It seems like we're going about 28 miles an hour at the MTPA with the battery about half dead. When my battery was full, it would go about 33 miles an hour or something like that with MTPA turned on and no field weakening. So it's still pretty quick. We've got a dog walker up here. So it's kind of interesting on this bike is I've never had a problem with the FLIPSKY overheating, and I have it in kind of like this, kind of like a similar case to what I used for my other bike, where it was causing the FLIPSKY to overheat in that GoPro case. So I don't know, kind of interesting. Maybe the GoPro case is like more insulated or something. I'm gonna have to turn on the field weakening over here and see how it's working if my phone isn't dead. Oh. Phone is definitely struggling. Motor's at 36. Phone is somehow still operational. So I'm going to turn on 10 amps of field weakening and write it. So then let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of effect that has. We're going up a hill now, so yeah, see, I don't know. It says we're going 26 on the cycle analyst, but it still seems like in some way field weakening is like making it slower, because it seems like now it won't go any faster than like 26. I only turned on 10 amps of field weakening, but let me know if you guys have used VESC 6.05 and you've been messing around with the BBSHD and the field weakening and the MTPA. Something definitely seems different. I might just turn off the field. The patch notes, what they said was attempt at limiting the current when using MTPA with field weakening. So the patch notes made it seem like it was kind of like a experimental fix. I don't know, it seems weird. I'm fairly certain I had the field weakening working on the way over here because I had it going a lot faster. But then I did change my settings to, when I got out to the trail, I changed all those FOC motor config settings.
So I think those settings might have something to do with the top speed change as well. Oh no. I'll see if my phone is still live here. So I turned on the field weakening to 30 instead of 10. So let's see what happens here. See, it doesn't seem like the field weakening is like working at all right now. I don't know. I mean, it's maybe going slightly faster than it was, but it's definitely, something's weird. Probably gonna turn it off, because if the field weakening's not making me go faster, then I don't want it. I'm not driving, Tim Apple. Leave me alone. Default, right? Okay. Alright, so field weakening's off. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird. I mean, I think maybe if you turn MTPA off and then you turn field weakening up, maybe... See, field weakening, like, it wasn't making a very big difference at all. I think it was actually making it go slower when I turned it on there. So we'll have to mess around with that. I bet if I did the motor setup again and I didn't use all the Stacy settings, like the top speed would be higher, but then it doesn't feel as smooth. It's kind of a crazy thing, tuning the BBSHD. We made it through this ride though. We didn't have any mishaps or problems. Made it through the trails. Got out for a ride. And now we're just cruising. I've had a lot of mixed results with like doing the VESC motor setup and then trying different things with it, like turning on MTPA before I do the motor setup and then turning it off before I do the motor setup. Seems like every time you do the motor setup, something is like slightly different. Alright, well I'm freezing guys, I'm sick of talking. We're gonna call it here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join the Discord, link in the description. If you want to buy me a coffee and support my e-bike adventure endeavors, there's a link in the description for that as well. That helps me cover costs such as loaded GoPro batteries. That would otherwise be burning a hole through my wallet, filming all this stuff. Thanks to all my supporters on YouTube as well as buying me coffee. Stay tuned for more e-bike adventures this winter.
And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Alright guys, we just got back. 77.1 volts. Motor's at about 43 C. 24.7 miles. 12 amp hours is what we used. 976 watt hours. 40 watt hours a mile. Looks like 43 amps max. My max speed was 40. It was probably when I was on the way there. It looks like 46.8 was the max temperature.